Hello buddy, my name is Dimortii and we have to talk about Dauntless at E3. We have gotten a ton of new information from Jesse GTS Houston and Iron Crash Turney, the president and co-founder and the community manager of Phoenix Labs, and I'm so excited. I'm going to try to slow down and tell you all about it. Dauntless has finished 2 of the 3 interviews they scheduled during E3. The first being a bit of a letdown to the community. For me, that interview was at 2 AM on a Monday, so of course I did the adult thing to do and stayed up late to watch it. It ended up being a 3-minute interview with Jesse just to get people that never heard about Dauntless interested in the game. Some members of the community were very annoyed at this and missed the extended trailer footage shown that you can see on screen right now. We got to see some wide-angle shots down into the Scrave and Embermane fight arena and the environment around it, and I can only say, wow, this looks fantastic. You guys know that I love the Dauntless art style, but this hammers it home for me. I cannot wait to spend hours running through the different biomes. And hey, I actually don't have to wait long, but more on that later. So, that interview came and went. People were upset because they wanted more, because the hype surrounding Dauntless is a powder keg. With the ongoing alpha that is still under NDA, people need more, I get it. And so did Phoenix Labs. On Twitter, they announced big news for the Twitch interview on Wednesday, and boy oh boy did they deliver. Let's talk about the 10-minute interview that blew my mind and caused the community Discord to melt and the hype keg to implode. This time we got Jesse and Ian on stage, and I cannot wait any longer and have to tell you, they announced the Founders Alpha date, which is August 18th. So yes, everyone who brought the Founders Pack will have access to Dauntless in only 64 days from the time of this video. And Phoenix Labs kept their promise. The Founders Alpha will not have an NDA. All the YouTubers and Twitch streamers who bought the Founders Pack will be able to bombard you with videos. But of course, that was just the cherry on top of the interview ice cone we got. We also learned more about how the gameplay loop will function. First of all, you will get ranked for your hunts, with the best rank you can achieve being the famous S rank. Maybe a little hint towards a leaderboard system for our competitive players. And furthermore, every time you slay a behemoth, that behemoth will drop what is called an ether core. An ether core is kind of a loot chest. Jesse compared it to the crypt arc of Destiny. You take this core, this loot chest, to Ramsgate and give it to a core cracker. He or she cracks the core for you and reveals the crafting materials inside. The cores will have rarity attached to them, and the crafting materials inside will be randomized according to the rarity of the core that you dropped from the behemoth. And here we see the Dauntless gameplay loop, and something that should ease the mind of the people still claiming that the boosters you get via the Founders Packs are pay to win. Yes, the champion booster will increase the loot you get from behemoths, but because the cores in itself are randomized again, it is not a direct way to more materials. So I think the way they handle the loot mechanic and the boosters is brilliant, with boosters targeting people who want to play but have less time to go out and grind until they get the materials they need. So instead, they buy the booster to get cores faster. It's good to always think of something like a booster system from both sides. Yes, you have highly competitive players who can spend a lot of time grinding and will get even more materials because of the booster. But you also have people who want to play more, but that can't because of family or work. So giving those people an opportunity to get things faster is a nice way to welcome them to Dauntless, and Phoenix Labs says at every corner that they are against pay to win and pay for power. I know, with any free-to-play game, the fear of pay to win and pay for power always is in the back of our minds. We just have been burned too often, but I trust in these guys. I talked with them on Discord, I see with what passion they developed this game. I think they are genuinely trying to give us a good and fair experience. And of course, I know that behemoths will probably drop more than just cores, especially if you target specific body parts, but I think my point still stands. Now let's move on though. What will you do with those crafting materials? Well, of course you will go and craft gear, and how Jesse described it just made me excited. He said that with the gear you craft, you will become the behemoth. You will not only slightly look like them, but become them. As an example, he took Scrave. Our Icy Owlbear will have the ability to cause bleed with its attacks, and if you slay it and forge its essence into a weapon, that weapon will now also have the ability to bleed additionally to the ice powers you will get, I presume. Can I get more hyped than this? I don't know, because I'm pretty hyped. Becoming the Behemoth down to like secondary abilities they have, hell yeah, exactly what I wanted, and it makes so much sense, especially when at some point down the line we get fights with multiple Behemoths who might fight each other. I imagine our Icy Owlbear would not take kindly to the Swole Cat Embermane heating up the place. It makes so much sense to go out and grind fire gear to fight an Ice Behemoth or water-like gear to fight Embermane. Speaking of a place, the environment will not only be pretty, but can also be deadly with environmental hazards like fighting in a swamp filled with gassy bubbles. And oh look, an Embermane spewing fire everywhere. You can imagine how fun that fight is gonna get. We also now know that the biomes and even the in-game time of day will play a role in hunting Behemoths. Scrave is an icy, nocturnal creature, who at night in a cold environment will have an advantage and therefore will be buffed. But if you manage to fight Scrave in daylight and somewhere warmer, he will actually be weaker. So I'm thinking you might be able to fight Behemoths and just wait for nightfall or dawn or stalk them until they are at a place where you can fight them more securely. I think that would be amazing. Giving this real hunt feel. You are not this massive hero who just goes out and slays Behemoth after Behemoth because you are so strong. You are a hunter. You need to be careful not to fight a Behemoth where it has an advantage. You need to wait for your chance at striking it down without losing your life. I love this idea and I hope Dauntless delivers on this. I do, I really do. And now the few things I want to talk about last. With one making me very happy and one making me very sad. Ian announced that Phoenix Labs will launch a partner program for content creators, giving them custom flares, allowing them to play with developers, and much more to be announced later. I will try my very best to become a Dauntless partner and get you the best possible content I can. I do, however, need your help for this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share my videos if you enjoy them. Let's grow our community and get that partner spot. Now the sad news though. August 18th is in the middle of a 3-week vacation I have in summer, and I do not know if I will be able to upload or let alone play, but I am trying to move things around so there is a chance. I will let you know once I know more. To finish this video off, let's talk about Monster Hunter World. If you don't know, Monster Hunter World was also announced at E3 and will be released early 2018 for consoles and PC in North America and Europe. A lot of people in the Dauntless community saw this announcement as the death of Dauntless. Doomsday has arrived, Dauntless is going under, burn the hard drives, delete everything and run. I don't think so. I strongly think both games can exist, especially because Dauntless is free to play. You don't have to decide, it's not Call of Duty versus Battlefield. You can play Dauntless for free and buy Monster Hunter World, and play both if you get bored of either one. And I think as long as Dauntless manages to start open beta or even release the game before Monster Hunter World, so stay on track for the 2017 release, we can build a pretty good community to support the game and new players. And if people switch to Monster Hunter World, that is fine. If for any reason they get bored of it after a while, they can come back to Dauntless and the game probably will have new content for them to try out and get hooked on again. I might make another video just on this next week where I go a little bit more in depth about the differences and where I think Dauntless is going compared to Monster Hunter World. So, that was all. I know I dumped a ton of info on you. If you want to watch the interviews I talked about, they're in the description below. If I hyped you up enough to want to play Dauntless in the Founders Alpha, link to the Founders page is down there as well. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more Dauntless in the future. And I hope to see you in the next video.